Hey everyone, I'm Missy and I've been on Zepbound since August 28th, 2025. Today is March 17th, 2026, and as of today, I weighed in at 277.7 or point 0.8, I think it is. I'll put a screenshot up right now. I do want to give you a quick update. I did gain a couple pounds last week. I'm okay with it, and this is how it's been going for me. I lose, and then I bounce. Lose, bounce, lose, bounce. I was bouncing around 281, 280-ish, and I had been at 279 as my lowest. And as of today, this morning now at 277.8. So I don't really count the points. I figured, well, what's the big deal? I'm just 277 on the scale. The point system thing, I don't really care about. I know I'm almost 278, but I'm not going to really care. I just care for the big numbers. So 277 is in my mind. So wanted to update you on that. Today I wanted to talk about GLP-1 side effects after menopause. How do you handle them? I did some research this week and I wanted to look up why side effects happen. GLP-1, what it does to the body, it slows gastric emptying to your stomach. In other words, food stays in your stomach longer. It reduces appetite signals and it changes how your body processes food. I was looking up online and I saw that postmenopausal bodies respond differently. They just do. And the reason is because estrogen affects GI motility. In other words, the digestive movement. After menopause, you have lower estrogen in your body, which means already slower digestion. So when you mix a GLP-1 with menopause or after menopause, you're almost doubling the slowing effect. My source is the American Journal of Gastroenterology, Studies on Estrogen and GI Function. It said this, quote, estrogen has been shown to influence gastrointestinal motility. Postmenopausal women already experience slower gastric emptying compared to premenopausal women, which may intensify GLP-1 related digestive side effects. I thought that was really interesting. So being post-menopause is almost a bonus when you think about it that way. Now, I never took, when I went through menopause in my early 50s, and I'm almost 58, and I went through menopause, I was 51 too, and I never took HRT, hormone replacement therapy. I never did do it. I just got through it. I had some hot flashes and I was irritable, but I never took hormone replacement therapy. Some women on hormone replacement therapy might have a different experience on GLP-1. So my experience is without it, but if you are on hormone replacement therapy, you might have milder side effects. Just wanted to put that out there. You just ask your doctor and see what they say. I thought that was interesting to look up though and share with you. The most common side effects, I think we've heard them all, right? The first one is nausea. So this has been my experience. Within the first 2 weeks, I experienced moderate nausea, especially in the mornings. And it's always especially 1 to 3 days after I take the shot. And it got worse after eating too much or too fast. I'm such a fast eater. I'm such a, I told you before, I'm a volumes person. I'm a volumes girl. I pile on the food, I pile it on again, and I eat fast. And then I pile on more for the second helping, right? So, and then coupled with the volume, I eat fast. I'll be honest with you, the nausea still continues. I'm on 7.5 milligrams right now, and I'm almost at 7 months in with Zepbound. At the end of the month will be 7 months for me. So it's 6.5 months, and I still get nausea almost weekly, to be honest. And yeah, According to the research, it says at 7 months, nausea is kind of rare, but I guess I'm a weird one. I guess I'm I'm a strange one, right? So, um, and that's okay. Honestly, I don't mind any of the side effects. It's because I'm losing the weight. I'm willing to go through those side effects on a week to week basis if I need to, if it gets this weight off for good. It's because, as I mentioned before, I'm not in this to look good or look good in a bathing suit or look good at a wedding or anything like that. I'm here because I want to lose this weight for my health. I want to be able to go into my 60s, 70s, and 80s to function independently without a wheelchair, without a walker, without going to the doctors every week. Um, could that happen to me? Sure, of course. But I want to do everything I can to prevent that. So I just know my family's history on both sides. Diabetes is rampant, and heart attacks. I just want to prevent that. And I just want to be able to live free without any help. I want to be independent as long as I can, as possible. What helped me with nausea is staying hydrated, water, Gatorade Zero. I drink that quite often. I also drink lots of sugar-free lemonade. I also drink a lot of diet tea diluted with water. So I drink a lot during the day. And I also drink coffee. I love coffee with cream too, by the way, the powdered cream. So yeah, I'm a coffee drinker. I can't give up coffee. It's just one of my things I love to have every morning with breakfast. Also, another thing that may help with nausea is the mini saltines. I've heard that from other people. I have tried them out. They seem to kind of calm the stomach for me. Ginger tea, ginger chews. And my doctor prescribed a medication ondansetron. It's ONDANSETRON. And it's a little pill that you just melt on the tongue, and it really helps with nausea. So it was a game changer. So he's prescribed me those whenever I need them. Eating slowly also, I try to eat slow, but yeah, I still eat fast and I need to slow it down. I'll be honest with you, I have slowed down breakfast. Breakfast, I don't feel very hungry in the morning, but I do force myself to eat breakfast because I go to work at 8 and I need to be ready and going, before 8 a.m. You can also eat frequent, smaller meals throughout the day. That might help too, just a suggestion. I also read when I was researching in clinical trials, nausea was reported in 44 to 48% of patients on tirzepatide or Zepbound, with most cases being mild to moderate and decreasing over 4 to 8 weeks. My source is the SURMOUNT-1 trial, New England Journal of Medicine, 2022. It also said women over 50 may experience more pronounced nausea due to age-related changes in gastric emptying already present before GLP-1 initiation. Now, that was sourced by the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. So I just thought it was neat to just do a little bit of research and present that today. And I just thought it was interesting. Fatigue is another common side effect. I have experienced fatigue on an ongoing basis. Now, doing some research, fatigue is reportedly in approximately 25 to 30% of GLP-1 receptor agonist users, particularly during initial titration periods. Titration means you're going up, your doctor's giving you the okay to move up in the milligrams. That's what that means. That source is FDA prescribing information for tirzepatide. Postmenopausal women may experience increased fatigue due to metabolic changes and reduced mitochondrial function associated with estrogen decline, which may compound GLP-1 related tiredness. That was sourced by Menopause, the Journal of the North American Menopause Society. I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Increased fatigue. My experience, I've had some significant fatigue in the first couple months, and I just thought I was because I was losing weight fast, because I thought it takes a toll on the body when you do lose. But some days I just need a little nap, not every day, but some. It's actually worse. My fatigue is worse after I take my injection. About day 2, give yourself permission to rest. Don't fight it. Take naps if you need to. Listen to your body. Adjust your expectations. You're not lazy if you take a nap. You are just listening to your body. Your body's going through losing weight and it's on this new medicine, right? So give it some grace. Give it some nourishment. Give it some rest. Keep that protein going as well. Stay hydrated. Stay very hydrated. Because when you think about it, when you are not eating, you don't feel like drinking too. So then you kind of get dehydrated and then you really start not feeling good and just compounds. Now, the scientific data that I looked up, just something real quick I want to read to you. Postmenopausal women may experience increased fatigue due to metabolic changes and reduced mitochondrial function associated with estrogen decline, which may compound GLP-1 related tiredness. Ooh. The source was Menopause, the Journal of the North American Menopause Society. I thought that was really interesting, huh? Yeah. Another side effect, constipation. My favorite. Not. Moderate constipation, I would say. My body has gotten used to it. Almost 6.5 months in. My body now, I do have occasional constipation still. I do. It's not terrible, but I'll be honest with you, I take a Miralax powder and I stick it in with my water and or tea, diluted tea. I take that every couple days. That's what I do now. Initially, when I started, I was taking it daily, and I had such a couple bad constipation events. Yeah. But here's what I want you to take from this. And again, this is just my experience. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lots of fiber, even Metamucil fiber, Miralax. Take that if you need to. Water, water, water. Lots of it. Magnesium supplement. I haven't taken, I thought about taking it. I thought about taking one. I want to check with my doctor in May about that because I've heard good things about magnesium. So I'm going to ask him about that when I see him in May. And prune juice and prunes as well, very good fiber to get things moving along. Also, some corn will help move things along in the digestive tract very well. Protein keeps things moving as well. So, some research I did find on the constipation is it says, and this is from Diabetes Care Journal 2023, constipation occurs in 20 to 30% of patients on GLP-1 due to delayed gastric and intestinal transit time. So, all right, just accept it and deal with it and move on. Another side effect, food sensitivities, foods that don't sit right. A couple foods that don't sit right with me, easily fast food. Most fast food, I should say. And I think I told you the last time I had fast food was a fish sandwich from McDonald's. I took off the tartar sauce, but I just had that fish sandwich with some water, and that was a good lunch. That was it for me. I guess I could have done without all that bread, but I'm such a breads girl too. Not only I love sweets and salty, but I love bread, especially homemade bread. My grandma had such a wonderful recipe. I still have that recipe. I'm never going to throw it away. It's a wonderful homemade bread recipe. I digress. But there's nothing like the smell of freshly warm baked bread coming out of the oven. Ooh, and also if you toast it real thick in the morning for breakfast with some jam on it. Okay. All right, I'll stop. All right. But I'm a breads girl as well. And I could have done without that. So large portions also and greasy fried foods. You'll see a difference when you start incorporating some greasy or fried foods in with the GLP-1. You might notice some real foods that don't sit with you. So be prepared. Take small bites. Okay. I would recommend, and honestly, if you don't need to eat it, you don't need to eat it. You can choose something much more healthier. Tonight, I just didn't know, for example, tonight, first dinner, I had a little bowl of green grapes, and I also had 2 packets of tuna, which I found, which is really cool. It's high protein tuna with mayo in it, and it's like pre-mixed. I just take the little strip off. It was fantastic with some Triscuits, and that was it. That was my meal, and it just filled me up. It was perfect. I got a lot of protein. I still got some fruit in, and that was my meal. And I had some to drink. I had my grape zero Gatorade. Okay, another common side effect is headaches. I've not had any headaches since I've been on GLP-1. I'll be honest with you. I've never been a headache kind of person. And what I mean by that is I rarely get headaches in my entire life. I guess I'm lucky, in that respect. So I'm blessed. So on occasion, I guess it's rare for me to get a headache. And I've never gotten any headaches. I've heard some people get headaches in the first month, and it's usually dehydration related because you don't feel like eating. That means you don't feel like drinking, so you are dehydrated. So, but anyway, what helps, I've heard, is water, much more water, Tylenol when needed, rest, and electrolytes. Again, dehydration is probably the cause. Scientific data, which I read, was headaches are reported in 10 to 15% of GLP-1 users, often related to dehydration or electrolyte imbalance during initial weight loss phase. And the source was clinical trial data from tirzepatide studies. Now, less common side effects. I'll admit I am one of those candidates. And the first one is flu-like symptoms. Yeah. Last week, for the 4th time, I've experienced the flu. It felt like the flu. And it's happened, like I said, 4 times in my 6.5 months. I get terrible chills, and it's always in the morning. I get the terrible chills, I get a fever, and I get body aches. Those 3 things. Chills so much that I have to put an electric heat blanket over me to get any relief. I'm serious, and the blanket's over top of me. It feels like the flu, and the other day when I had it was just awful. And I took my temperature, and I had 101 fever. But by evening, it was gone. I didn't have any more chills. I still had some body aches, but it was going away. As the day progressed during that day, it goes away within 16 hours, 18 hours. And 4 times I've gotten that. Isn't that something? Yeah. And I actually usually get it within 3 days of taking the GLP-1 injection. So go figure, I am one of those that gets the uncommon side effect. I'm cursed. I'm teasing. Okay. All right. But what helped is, of course, rest and stay in bed. I didn't fight it. I stayed in bed, electric blanket on, and 2 other blankets on top of me. And it took me hours to get toasty warm. It did. I didn't take any Tylenol for the body aches because I knew it's not that big a deal to me. It'll go away. I knew it would. The scientific data that I found on that was flu-like symptoms, low-grade fever, chills are reported in 5 to 10% of GLP-1 users, more commonly during dose escalation. These are thought to be related to immune system modulation and metabolic changes. And this was sourced by the Endocrine Practice Journal. This is not a real illness. If you have any symptoms, you need any side effects that are beyond the norm, you need to consult with your doctor. Absolutely. Even if it's the first time you're nausea, if you get nausea, absolutely consult your doctor. It's important that your doctor guides you through this process. When in doubt, call your doctor. Another uncommon side effect is hair loss. I've not had any hair loss to date. Fortunate, I'm very fortunate. Some viewers have mentioned this. And the research I saw says temporary hair loss can occur in 10 to 15% of people experiencing rapid weight loss. Let me stress that, rapid weight loss. Typically 3 to 6 months after starting GLP-1. This is related to caloric restriction and metabolic stress, not the medication itself. And that was sourced by the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology. So I thought that was really interesting. It's not the GLP-1 that's, giving you hair loss. And it is because you're losing weight very quickly and you're on a low calorie diet. You're on a low calorie meal plan, really, because your body's saying, I don't need that much food anymore. So it's so important that you keep that protein up. Biotin supplements, I heard, have worked. Collagen powder, adequate protein, 80 to 100 milligrams per day, and less heat styling your hair, and just some patience too. So they say that the hair does grow back once weight stabilizes. Another non-common side effect is injection site reactions. I've never had any of this either, luckily, knock on wood. It means occasional redness at the injection site, mild itching sometimes, and rare bruising. So rotating the injection site always helps, it says. So I rotate every week. I write on a piece of paper what I do every week. So I rotate between, last week was under my arm right here. So I just do it. I did it there last time, and I do it here as well. And then the abdomen. You can also do your legs, upper thigh as well. I don't like doing my thigh because it's very super sensitive skin. I did it a couple times and I just didn't like it. So, but I rotate like left abdomen, middle abdomen, right abdomen, and then I do right arm, left arm. So that's what I do. Just make sure you rotate and do that. And one thing I have noticed is what interesting is there are some weeks like this week, I did my right arm and I'm seeing more nausea as opposed to last week when I did my abdomen. I think I did my left side abdomen. Yeah. And I didn't experience any nausea last week. I need to probably track that a little bit better, right? Because if I can prevent myself from getting nausea, just based on the injection site, something to think about. Track it. If you have some side effects, try a different spot and see how that week goes. And my source for the FDA prescribing information said this: injection site reactions occur in 10 to 20% of GLP-1 users, but are typically mild and resolve within 24 to 48 hours. Site rotation significantly reduces incidence. So that's good news. Another uncommon side effect is rapid heartbeat and palpitations. I have not experienced any of this either, but it is a reported uncommon side effect. The research shows heart rate increases 2 to 10 beats per minute are common with GLP-1 receptor and agonists. Heart rate increases of 2 to 10 beats per minute are common with GLP-1 receptor agonists. Significant palpitations occur in less than 5% of users. And that source was the Cardiovascular Outcomes Trials, CIRPUS studies. Always call your doctor about your side effects, whether they're mild to moderate to severe. Always consult your doctor. Your health is too important. So whether it's a little headache or it's nausea, or goodness gracious, if you have a rapid heart, absolutely call your doctor immediately. Enough said. Now, what's different after menopause? We lose weight slower. Us women who are over 50 and postmenopausal, like myself, we lose weight slower because our metabolism decreases 5 to 10% after menopause. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it decreases, as you get older, but 10%? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. No wonder we lose weight slower. Oh well. And we have lower estrogen, of course, so it's harder to lose weight. So expect a half a pound to 1 pound per week. Okay. So this is very normal, very healthy for us. Okay. So don't have high expectations, but do have expectations that this can work. But don't be on the rapid, I'll say every time. Do you ever notice someone like me who's been overweight my entire life since I was a little girl? You ever notice whenever you're looking at someone who went through a large significant weight loss, the first thing we want to know is how long did it take? Have you ever noticed that? And you know why? Because we want everything so fast these days. All the time. How long did it take her to lose? So, why are we on this rat race of losing the weight? Just listen to your body. Be the tortoise. You remember the hare and the tortoise and the hare, right? So be the tortoise and just take it at your pace. Everyone's metabolisms are so different. And so just be patient and have some grace with your weight loss journey. So what's another thing that's different after menopause? Postmenopausal women lose muscle 3 to 8% per decade. Per decade, 3 to 8%. And that source was the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. So GLP-1 plus menopause equals double muscle loss risk. Let me say that again. GLP-1 plus menopause equals double muscle loss risk. Ooh. So aim for 80 to 100 milligrams daily. I aim for 20 to 30 per meal. I know that doesn't equal 80 to 100 some days, and you know what? So be it. I'm not going to reach that every day, but I do try. If I can at least get 20 to 30 per meal, I know I'm doing good. So, and it prevents that muscle loss during the weight loss. Our side effects may last longer after menopause. So, younger bodies, they adapt faster. Our bodies take longer to adjust. So, be patient. Side effects do get better as your body's getting more used to that GLP-1. So it takes a few months, maybe 2 to 3, some longer. So just have some patience. Now, we are more sensitive to dehydration too. Kidney function decreases with age. Did you know that? Electrolytes are critical, they say, for us. So drink at least 64 ounces of water. I drink the diet tea and my coffee and my Gatorade Zero. So I'm pouring lots down my body, flushing that fat out, right? Bone health matters more after menopause. So rapid weight loss can affect bone density too. So we're already at a higher risk after menopause. So keep the strength training up, your calcium and supplements if you need to supplement. Ask your doctor about that, by the way. I'm going to do that too in May when it comes time. I am taking a multivitamin, but I skip days. I'm not very good at taking it. There's so many things you can remember in a day. So the water, the fiber, the exercise, and take your pills, whatever pills you need to take. Oh, scientific data. Postmenopausal women on GLP-1 medications should ensure adequate calcium, 1,200 milligrams per day, and vitamin D, 800 to 1,000 IU per day intake to protect bone health during weight loss. The source was the National Osteoporosis Foundation guidelines. I thought that was interesting. Keep your doctor informed of all side effects. It's so important that your doctor guides you every step of the way during this process. The good news, yay! Side effects do get better. They do. By month 3, most people feel so much better. By month 6, 7, that's where I'm at. Side effects are mild and rare. Although I told you what I'm going through right now, I still go through some nausea. I still get those flu-like symptoms randomly. But your body does adjust. I'll take the side effects because here I am, almost 53 pounds down in 6.5 months, and blood pressure is improved. My knee pain is improved. My knees are not better yet all the way, but they definitely have, it's reduced a lot of pressure off my knees. So that is really, really good. My energy has gone up for sure. And the food noise, the food noise. I'll take GLP-1 just for the food noise reduction. It's not completely gone, but it's drastically reduced. So, and I'm feeling so much better as I have in many, many decades. I'd love to hear what you're going through. Um, this is what my channel is here for you, to support you. And you can watch me to see if I reach my goal weight of 190. That's my goal. I'm 5'9", by the way. So I started at 330 and see if I make it. um, I'm very determined to make this. And I have a feeling it's going to slow down. They say the last 30 pounds is really difficult to lose. That's okay. Like I said, I'm the tortoise. I celebrate being a tortoise, and I'll just do whatever my body needs to do. Again, this has been my trend. I lose on this GLP-1, I lose, and then I bounce. I might gain, and then I lose and bounce, lose, bounce. So you might do the same. So be expecting that. You might just lose, 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 and not bounce and stay there for a little while. Everyone is so different. I'm just telling you my experience. And we're all in this together. Your doctor is there for you. Inform your doctor of everything that's going on. Keep him or her informed. And this community is here for you. I hope you like or subscribe to my channel. Love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you next time.